Peel police say they have busted a highly orchestrated auto theft ring. Investigators say they seized more than 300 stolen vehicles as part of Operation Project Odyssey. The recovered vehicles have a combined value of more than $33 million. Some of the vehicles were taken during violent carjackings. Police allege a local trucking company was facilitating shipments of stolen vehicles to the Port of Montreal, where they were to be exported to the Middle East. 16 people have been arrested in connection with the investigation, and arrest warrants have been issued for another 10. Police say 14 of the suspects identified in the probe were out on a form of release or bail for auto theft-related offenses. More than 300 charges have been laid so far. And Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown was at this morning's news conference. He joins us live with the latest. Mayor, it's good to see you. What came out of that news conference, and do you feel as if police forces are making headway? Because every day it feels like more and more families are waking up to empty driveways.
Yeah, this auto theft crisis is a national crisis. The numbers are staggering across Ontario and Quebec. Record auto thefts. This has been the biggest gift to organized crime in Canadian history. 1.2 billion in 2022. The 23 numbers are coming in. It might be 2 billion to organized crime for international auto theft. But today is a bit of a celebration. The police did some great investigative work. We have the largest auto thefts commercial unit in Canada in Peel Region, and we arrest people in Peel Region. We take on difficult investigations and hold them accountable. And so the auto theft team put themselves in harm's way. They managed to get back 369 cars. They've arrested 16 individuals who are behind this criminal syndicate. 10 more there's arrest warrants issued for. And so they did great police work. And so I'm so proud of the Peel Police. They take on difficult investigations and they do their job. The only caveat in all this is the fact that once again, we have a justice system that lets them out on bail. 14 of the 16 individuals were on release for auto theft crimes. And now 8 of the people arrested just as part of this investigation have been released again. Imagine being released 3 times for stealing cars. It's just, for me, that part is frustrating, that our police do such tremendous work, and it's demoralizing to see them released so quickly.
I think the provincial government would agree with you on that. And speaking of the provincial government, recently they did announce that anybody who takes part in a violent carjacking could have their driver's license suspended. What did you make of that, Mayor? Did that go far enough?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Certainly, the fact these people will lose their licenses is helpful. But, these large organized crime groups, I'm not sure how much that intimidates them. I think what would intimidate them is if they didn't get released. We had one case in Brampton a year ago where someone was arrested for stealing a car. He got bail, went out to the parking lot in the courthouse and stole another car. And, it's why I went to Ottawa to meet with the Justice Minister. We have to take property crime seriously. We need to address the fact that bail does not consider property crimes to be severe. This needs to be fixed. It can't be, a loophole, a revolving door that keeps on getting abused.
You've been doing a lot to lobby the federal government to make changes to combat auto theft, specifically when it comes to legislation and stiffer penalties. Does it feel like Ottawa is listening?
So listen, I got time to talk to the Prime Minister about it in Ottawa. I've met with the Minister of Justice many times. So they're listening. My only criticism is that the response is slow. And I think this is a crisis that deserves urgency. We need scanners at the intermodal hubs in the GTA. There's 2 major rail line intermodal hubs in the GTA, one in Brampton, one in Vaughan. And the Port of Montreal, that's the elephant in the room. That's where 80% of these stolen cars are leaving the country from. And so I appreciate their listening, and I'm going to continue to push the Minister of Public Safety and the Prime Minister to not just listen, but to respond with urgency.
I want to talk about the people who are traumatized by these crimes. I'm sure as Brampton's mayor, you get stopped and asked about it all the time. How do you speak to constituents about this? What do you tell them?
Well, that's my motivation is I get these calls on a regular basis. And what I'm hearing is because I've been so vocal on this, I have people across the GTA call me and they'll share with me videos. I had one father who called me and showed me the video. He had someone bang down his door in broad daylight. His kids were upstairs. Imagine being a father of young children, how that's going to traumatize the children. For me, that hit home. I've got young children myself, and I couldn't imagine something, horrifying like that. And so there are too many instances like this. It's not cars being stolen in the middle of the night. Right now, we're seeing violent carjackings, doors being banged down. It's getting worse because it's so lucrative, and it's why we need to close the loopholes, and it needs to happen immediately.
It's a real problem. Brampton's Mayor Patrick Brown, thanks so much for your time and your perspective. We appreciate this.